Alright, so we're recording. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright. So I still have that issue that I mentioned in my last video where I can't move my hands while I have my virtual desktop open. I bought OVR Toolkit to fix that because it'll let me use my gestures when I have the window open. But since I have to run the Steam version of VRChat instead of the Oculus version, it requires me to run both the Oculus runtime and Steam VR at the same time as VRChat and OVR Toolkit, which turns out results in jittery, unusable footage. People were quick to claim that this system, which was quickly nicknamed PSP2, was going to be Sony's first proper attempt at competing with... People were quick... For fuck's sake! I'm hoping that when I get my DecaGear that'll be resolved, because I know that Oculus Link takes up a significant amount of horsepower. Also, I won't have to have the Oculus runtime open at all. Okay, so welcome to the third DecaGear news video, otherwise known as DecaNews. I'm afraid this episode won't be as, feature-packed as the last two. It's been kind of quiet the last couple months. So first up, as of November, people have pre-ordered over 5,000 DecaGears. That's a pretty big number, you know? Which is a pretty crazy amount considering this headset hasn't even been shipped to reviewers yet. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So yeah, I know it's January and this news is as of November, but like I said, not much going on. Actually, I kept hearing that they were going to announce something, and I just kept waiting on that to happen, and then it didn't happen. In addition, out of those 5,000, 76% of them added a DecaAir wireless adapter to their order, including myself. I think the main reason I did it was because I want to see if it's any good or not. I'm kind of used to not having a cable because, I have a Quest. So I just want to see if I can, keep that. But it just depends on how good the bandwidth is. I guess it would be about the same as virtual desktop. It's just I need a better router or to actually plug my laptop into the Ethernet port. I would have done it if it wasn't downstairs and halfway across the house. In addition, we also got a current-ish roadmap. So as of right now, the DecaMove Bloggers Edition is currently being manufactured. All of these are getting sent to YouTubers and journalists and all of those people. None of them are getting sent to customers. Hence the name Bloggers Edition. If the feedback they get from the YouTubers and journalists is positive, then pre-orders will open sometime in January. I know it's January right now, but we're only a week into the year, so we'll see. They're planning on shipping a batch of 10,000 units by March. And around the same time, the DecaGear Bloggers Edition is going to get shipped out. So it looks like instead of shipping the DecaGear and DecaMove as a package deal, they're going to ship the DecaMove first and then the DecaGear at a later date. Which makes sense because the DecaMove is, smaller and simpler. It's mainly just a tactic to gain credibility by having an actual working product available for people to see. Instead of it just being vaporware or whatever. And again, if the journalist's feedback is positive, then the pre-orders will open in late March. The $10 pre-orders will be required to fully pay when it's ready to ship, obviously, and those $10 pre-orders will be available until March, or until they reach a certain quantity, or a month before the release date. Whatever comes first. There's some conflicting sources. So if you want to get one right now, or sometime before March, you can still lock in that $450 price tag. In addition, there is a new developer updates channel in the Discord. So I'm just going to go through all of this stuff real quick. First off, we got a picture of the displays that they're going to use. Those are the 4K panels. So yeah, there's not much to say about that. Next up is an autonomous robot that they built in order to test the tracking system. It drives itself around a dedicated room in order to capture tracking data. It has a pulley to move a camera or a controller up and down. Unfortunately, this isn't seen in the photos, but I'm sure it's there. This is, of course, to vary the data and, simulate actual use. Also, it has a name. Jimmy. Not the first choice I would have gone with, or the second or third, but hey, if Jimmy works, then it works, That's a good name. In addition, one of the developers created a YouTube channel and have been uploading a few videos related to the DecaGear, as well as a few videos of them going to the beach, I don't know why these are all in the same channel. Whatever. So one of the videos is the first review ever of the Deca Move from one of the developer's children.
First review for Deca Move. Until today, all of us here played with it, but you're the real first gamer, hardcore gamer, that has ever put his hands on the Deca Move, and I want to ask you, what was your experience?
Good. Look, so my hip is always facing here, but when I move my head, the trigger is forward still. But when I move my head, it takes me to the direction where my head is. But with the move, I can still be facing like here and move there.
In addition, they've also got some footage of the Deca Move Bloggers Editions being assembled, as well as some footage of them playing contractors with the Deca Move. The channel itself will be linked in the description. There's also some footage of a second robot, or the first robot, I have no idea, that's being used to test the auto drift correction. Anyway, I have one more thing to talk about, and it's something that I forgot to mention in the last video. I had it in my notes and everything, I just kind of glanced over it. So I want to talk about the eye tracking on the DecaGear. It's referred to as face flow. I know that some people might have some privacy concerns over their face and eyes being tracked, as well as their movement being tracked in general. I know a lot of people were complaining about Oculus having access to all of this information, although I have no idea what they would do with it. But Megadodo plans to have a system in place called face flow. What that means is the headset itself will take an image, convert it to a blend shape value, send that to your computer, then immediately delete that image. And what that means is that the data itself of like your eyes and face doesn't even leave the headset. And I'd imagine the output being in blend shape values would make it very easy to implement it into VR chat. So here's hoping. And yeah, that's everything on my list. Thanks for watching, I guess. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the current roadmap or the developer updates. There's just not much to talk about this episode. It's kind of a short one. There's one thing I want to mention though, and it's that this channel just hit 300 subscribers. So thanks a ton for that. It means a lot to me that 300 people find my content decent enough to stick around. I'll be making more like it in the future, hopefully. I really like my new format, and I hope to further work on it in the future. And I have some ideas on how to do that. One of those being getting OVR Toolkit to fucking work. But I do have some other ideas in the pipeline. One of those being a end card. It's not going to be in this video. I'm still waiting on a commission I got of my avatar, so I can put that in the end card. It's not done yet, so I'm not going to have the end card until that's done. And I hope that you guys end up liking it. So yeah, I'll be implementing all of these changes sometime in 2021. Assuming we don't all die first. Anyway, that's it. See you guys later. Bye. Yeah, I think that's everything. And I recorded it correctly this time. I didn't have the mouse. I had the mouth correct. Everything. Fuck yeah.